Welcome to Tossing Grenades at Windmills. Windmills.
Hi, my name is T.C. Ricks. Welcome to the Tossing Grenades at Windmills podcast. As you can see, I finally have my mic back, and I am looking forward to resuming the podcast. But for those of you who have grown fond of Matt Franklin, who has been doing reading for me for the past several months, don't worry. He did such a good job that I'm going to keep having him reading for Grenade Man versus the Zombies. For those of you looking for content this episode, you can probably skip to the next episode since I'm going to be talking about several of my writing plans and the general format for the podcast for the next year. So last year I read Pre-Cyber, and I had some listeners, but I've noticed that my listenership is greatly increased by having more short stories and a little bit less long fiction. But people still seem to be interested in Grenade Man versus the Zombies and the script I have for Tossing Grenades at Windmills that I'm putting up on my blog. In case you don't know what that is, by the way, that is http tossinggrenades@windmills.blogspot.com. I also have an Amazon author page under TC Ricks, which isn't too hard to find and is also linked from the Blogspot page. At the moment, I have articles for sale on Drive-Through Fiction, which is where I used to have my role-playing game stuff, which I guess is technically still there, even though I don't really do much with Red Anvil Productions anymore. In the immediate future, in May, I will be creating print versions of some of my poetry and tossing grenades at, Grenade Man versus the Zombies. I'm going to be taking a little bit more time with Forever West, although the Kindle version of Forever West is still going to be coming out a month at a time until August. I want to get a really shiny cover. The artist who did my Kindle covers, Margaret Logan, is very talented and has done a very good job. I also am going to be adding a map. Julia, my wife, has done some research in that area, and I have a few ideas in mind. Once I get one, I'll probably print it to my blog. In terms of other projects I'm working on, I intend to resume writing for the 500, find a writing group, since I haven't really been able to connect with anyone in Charlotte. Right now we're looking to move to Miami. And make preparations for the young adult book that I'm going to be writing in National Novel Writing Month for this coming November. The last time I tried it, I crashed and died horribly. I've done 5 novels so far. The first novel and the second novel I currently sell under a different name because I haven't been able to pay an editor for them. And they're, quite frankly, awful. But they were a learning experience. The third novel I wrote, which was Grenade Man versus the Zombies, was written on a bet. It's actually kind of in the middle of the story, and at some point I've thought about writing a novel or two before it and a novel or two after it. We'll see how the sales do. And the fourth novel I wrote with Ken Leitner, I showed on this same podcast last year, all 54 chapters. We helped each other edit it, which puts it in a better shape than the first 2 novels I wrote. But the thing is that Fiona showed me just how much an editor can do. She's the editor who edited Forever West and Grenade Man versus the Zombies, and I'll definitely be using her for the 6th novel. Haven't really decided on a title for that yet. The working title is The Young Adult Book or the 6th novel. You can check my notes as I'll be posting them on my writing blog starting April 1st. Let's see here. As far as writing plans, that's as far as I planned. I will be probably doing some book touring in 2016. We'll see. Really, I'm going to kind of go with what the audience wants. If it sells, then I'll be kind of pushing that. If it doesn't sell, then I'll probably be moving on to the next thing. I think I've kind of decided at this point that I am going to be writing for the bulk of my life. I've literally had professional writers tell me that I should stop writing, which probably doesn't do the most in the world to convince you that my stuff should be read, but that's kind of why I have this podcast, to put my stuff out there and see if people are interested. Another idea I have that I'm hoping to do in the immediate future is to work with some beginning writers and see if I can have them read some stuff on my podcast and see if that's doable. That's pretty much all I have for now. Every once in a while, I'm thinking once a month, I might have an episode like this. We'll see what feedback is like, but I'm still going to be providing content. Grenade Man versus the Zombies has enough chapters to last well into the next year, and I've got more short stories I'm writing, and there'll definitely be more poetry. So tune in here every week, and I look forward to entertaining you.
This has been the Tossing Grenades at Windmills podcast. I'm Thomas Ricks. Music by Melanie Ricks. Voices by Skip Huffman and Josie Bergen-Lawson.
Copyright 2015, Red Anvil Amalgamated, LLC. All products available on Amazon.com and other markets.
To fight the forces of evil!